honorable nominee, what is your take on this? Are you a surrogate of anybody?
Honorable Chair, then before I go on, there's one more disclosure that I have to make in respect of Honorable Member Bulsa North. I was actually the chairman at his wedding reception.
Chairman was, Honor Agaga, Chairman was right. That he almost said that, yes, I do on your lips too.
Honorable Chair, if I may answer. Whoever says I'm a surrogate of a law firm or implicates me in the Japa transaction clearly does not know me. Because if you know me, you wouldn't make such allegations. And so all these things that came up, I took it as coming from uninformed positions. Because I was not involved in the Japa transaction in any form or manner, by any stretch of the imagination, however fertile. As for relationships, as I just disclosed, the fact that I was so close to you at some point in our lives will not give you, or you not give me a free pass because of that relationship. And that is why I'm here. And if there is a matter, I'm not going to say because I know one person or the other, I'm going to give the person a free pass. I certainly will investigate. But the truth of the matter ought to be told. I wasn't involved in the deal. I was nowhere near it. Indeed, until it started coming up, I didn't even know what it was. For the record, that is the truth. And so I'm no one surrogate. As I said earlier, I'm my own man, and I prefer to wear my own shoes. If the law firm was named, it would have even been fair to me. But if you say I'm a surrogate of a law firm, clearly you don't know me. I run my own law firm. I've been running it since 2014 as a managing partner. I cannot be described as a surrogate of that law firm or any other law firm. Honorable Chair, that's my response.
Punch abre edaso enyumbre ayede ebro efri Kessben Studios. Now enyumbre na wotwi nsema aba atitru na bedwafo atranse yebehwe na yaka ho ansem de ahwe ni sunsanso a ewo de mayen and being the 23rd of July 2021 na bosumi wensusu no kakra eko na wi ya nensa na wotwi sha ensema apiepie na wotwi ya edikan bako ense the Inspector General of Police Sabri President say wasom Ghana odini na hoden ni nimdie ni nyansa ede asom Ghana se ne wo so osom Ghana enti edrumbra ewo se okoje na home eno nti na enka August bosumi October bosumi ena nka na breno besokra President say onkoje na home on taking a cumulative leave na onkoje na home na eno nti President Apau COP Dr. George Akufu Dampare says say ono and a free 2nd of August obe acts as the new IGP. Now eno CCA ebetodwa na wachi bebia sama Ghana for edi ho abobo ene no say so the new IGP president abonidin ASCOP Dr. George Kufu Dampare oye hwanya ni su etesen ni ban etesen Juma yɛde hyɛ ne nsa no ɛyɛ ade a obetumi adi ana enwumbre yɛtena se ɛwɔ punch dwumadie so ɛwɔ Kessben television and on Kessben radio wohwɛ yɛn live ɛwɔ Facebook saa enso so ɛna wohwɛ yɛn ɛwɔ social media meka ɛyɛ YouTube ɛne ne ɛkeka ho na yɛbisa sɛ sɛn ɛna wadwenkyerɛ onsusuɛ anaasɛ wasɛm bisa enwumbre ɛbɛyɛ edify the appointment of COP Dr. George Akufu Dampare as the Inspector General of Police. Enwumbre yebehwe na yaka eno ho asem. Another appointment aba na wochi ehu ahia se yedi ho abobo akoye Office of the Special Prosecutor. The Attorney General yedino esi so ye man mandate na nche na ode chockrata ede koma His Excellency the President say ye special prosecutor na ohwehwe mu na wenya abrante bia wadi mfie aduanan miensa oya abrante a osusu se ono na obetimi aboa Ghana sabri ewo asodie was say edema the special prosecutor na obesi Martin Amidu Anai na odini juma sene was say odi enti din osusu ye say ye president empower no na ombeye the special prosecutor no Kisi Ejaben lawyer Kisi Ejaben the no no so ye born din Ghana for P no eche wanadwen se ebisi usadodo ebisi na experience ewo from ebisi ejuma no esosen no ebisi ontumi enye ebisi baby ofri ba no emboa no ene ne keka ho ene dey ena sene mbra no esie no na ewo so kọ embrahye bedwam na embrahye bedwafo toto na no na wo hwese susu se lawyer Kisi Ejaben ose efata se obeba beye the special prosecutor for the Republic of Ghana ekon se oko as a special prosecutor o enimdie ewo akokodro ewo suahunu a obetimi de akosa akona na ni nyina pm ewo mbrahye bedwen wa bra okọ public or vetting committee say young vetting na ever say o deserve say ye disa the biano be manuana. So the appointment committee avetting unanimously will recommend to the parliament, floor of the parliament, say one yin tum na eno saying ene bekwa ko wie nwumbre ya transfer upon jumadi so ye be say lawyer Kisi Ejaben for the office of the special prosecutor saying ene no so honsem akọ na wotwi yentumi enwie point jumadi wa breko a yenhwe say parliament so ensema ekopie ho ensemfua mienu bako abra parliament to wonsafre the minister of finance say ombra na omechirem say president akwantu a and say bi na yes president atutu a wakochata plane no say na ekoso my Ghana ka say na Ghana for your boy the no na finance minister akopie ho no so na o kire ene say ba president akwantu ho sensem eba president sika yede ko han plane ne yekeka ho a security issue enti obi obetumi ayi sansem na no pa minister for national security not or no for to some for another minister of finance edema or my Ghana minority and take it kindly to asema minister of finance kai no mbrashe bedwan pie ho another semba konso pie mbrashe bedwem na wochi minister of health honorable Kwaku Ajimamenu okupie embrashe bedwem ho no nso so enhyehyeye ene nkrata yesensan ya na yesi yede kwa kope coronavirus COVID-19 ne edro bi ede abewo vaccine abewo Ghana for China for de na na friend Sputnik V na na ekoje no sa deal no ho nsensem wototo na no womra se bedwem sem a oka ye na bi susu se entwa ye bi susu se ne kan waka na bi susu se enya de ye nya sia hunu bia ewo ye contract ne ho ensensem eno so ho nsem no sen enetie ebreba ensem a fa o my Ghana ho a dika ebeka el punch dwumadie so bada nwumre memo akwaba na menda wase se wenya abutre atwen ebesi sabria abono nwotwe apa ho sima adonu enwotwe a wokoso a ehwe na wokoso a etie mempanyimfo mienu a mene won di djuma enwumre were known faces ewo djumadie eso lawyer William Kusi private senior private legal practitioner is also a devoted Christian, so I call him the apostle ewo ha enwumre lawyer William Kusi me mwajo na empom to say
Christo hear me pa
ebusia fo ho ye
obi an ho ye.
And I like your new shades.
Thank you. I'll join the club.
Welcome to the club. Okay. Alaji Ishak Shei Brobe, he's a senior lecturer, Kumasi Technical University, Ewoha, Enyumbre. Of course, Zunimna, you know him also as a very strong patron of the new patriotic party Emranti Awo University from the TESCON and the other tertiary institutions Enyumbre. Of course Sunim Susu say about issues about finance and accounting in the Kekawa being Ewo pa and Susu Alaji Shakche Bobe Mwakwaba.
Yani lawyer.
Na Bokodia.
Yami adom na nso e.
And me happy aid and so. And we are meant to me am from but na Bokodi baby.
Me da se pa. Da se.
Emi bia call Boko.
Yami adom.
Me fa kwanya we so na yenuanom the adofo enkramofo nyina so me ma mo happy aid. Me for the first time and now for na busuafo pia na me preference send one message. Because of baby na Makodi rent I couldn't do it. Eti me fa kwanya we so na me wish you be happy Edo. Na enwumre so me sign encha yenua MC Hammer na busuafo ne maame Efrim ene na yedi 1 week of course na mikoto dwem pa anti na wo se nka me wo na nyina yedi 1 week no convinti ede abusuafo no nyina ma mo yakọ the caucus members I call ejina ya nam susu nyina no mebo mabaso medamase nyankopon adoma bedru jojo enti nyankopon nya adoma ibehia ma mu nyina akọ aba enwumbre matters are rising for discussion on Punch on Kessben television and on Kessben radio meeting at the Ohene Gyan. Lawyer, thank you, and I'll say thank you too. Mr. Sefri, lawyer ho. Lawyer, why we dey meeting say and baby a trend because pass a comment share na sabre no yesi o na me no din komo about say IGP na susu say ono na eba obo din bi wa meka kiro say papa na okono on the IGP and obaye of course or besom besom and okoye na opombo no so ebaye ono so abesom say yabo a P2 na di papi krampo nim say ono na ye P2 no it is a P1 tabia na inspector general police omo ka na numbers no et P2 no na oye the COP Dr. George Akufu Dampare na just say on a number 2 on the hierarchy of the seniority and no more horses here. So it's like say vice and I said the deputy IGP and I had waiting to that position. Say your boy COP Dr. George Akufu Dampare so on the acting IGP.
Oh, me am that's the chair telephone answer. I know my mama because of the profile. I mean, it's overwhelming, and it will be difficult for you to Say mama say dear ma papa you. What is even interesting and exciting and the age near come. And so he brings something on board. Yeah, I special. Nah, Yamana Kwaba. In the first place, he's in an acting position. And just here, when I confirm, which will make his work a little bit difficult for him. But times in the year, IGP, I'm not sure I can envy you. Because there is a crowd, so issues everybody, you need a strong man to stand in, and I believe, sir, or you'll be with his experience, just say all the ranks, by director of all the, including ICT.
Yeah.
Not just the experience and the expertise in the abroad. And so it makes him more than qualified for the position. And I read the first ranking on a yes second in command. I have always said that I believe in natural things. Say Akunyato na in terms of hierarchy the adu so the manual. I had issues in here papa. But we go be all to around the manual be said na me edu mi so one farm na dey am obi ene me sabotage no so followers and so gang up. But with this appointment I'm sure say the police service itself would know say no by yes she no no second. And the attorneys at the manner, there's nothing wrong with it. My expectation is that he would try as much as possible to be neutral.
Because Oka said neutral, ewo den.
Ewo the decisions which is politically related. So that you know, before coming to office, no, your great impression is say IGP or no, ewo government side. Yes, it is. Looking at the structures, but the action is to act in favor of government. It has been a historic thing and now I believe that with his expertise, qualification, and everything, he has a confidence. Say a Jumana, Nesi Kofa the Bachel, Omra, no me will be a Jumamano. And to obey home, I a Jumama, all device that was a papa idea. In fact, he's acting professionally, so the proper word should have been professional. We expect him to act professionally. Now, police service issues we're dealing with it. And lately, we have had reports, and now you wonder if you government police. That I know. I don't need somebody to tell me because I've seen it with my eyes. Yeah. So government is trying to help the police come up. But you'll be surprised about police station. We don't have enough numbers. We don't have a car to go and all that.
And it's a fact.
Yeah, same no,
a fact is that there are places where they don't have logistics because not that I buy no more than home but I buy no sa into me at a go no and so baby. So there are certain police stations also arrest and they have to rely on taxi. There are instances where the prisoners corporate the tax which is unacceptable.
That is not. I'm not doubting that. But these are places where there are vehicles. Okay. Because if somebody is coming from Kumasi, not the taxi bar, you can't tell me the Kumasi how many now vehicles. At the time of the book up or new cars in the bar, no big number baby.
Okay.
Last me who back me say, are you not ashamed of yourself? Look at the my car. No. Minutes you better come and say. And I see they have no supervision. Okay. And so, as a matter of fact, Obia Juma say, yeah, situational conditions that will do your best.
Okay.
I am talking about the situation where Obi of armed robbery attack. Now, call to my police. The police say they don't have enough people to uncle, and I do not go by attack.
Well, I think the issue of orientation itself, orientation. Police service very important. And maybe there's a lecture with Kofi Abuchi started program bia na osiki sponsorship na or year orientation edema police prosecutors. I think we should find civil society institutions or the police ebetumi di inketa there will be serious orientation to redirect because me can be as a police I penny benya. If you're a police or when you're well motivated because we don't motivate them, I will get that police. If you're a police or more orientation, they say, oh, as a group for every university or more tertiary institutions, or similar Jumania, or Lobiso, being China, or on so many protocol, then police or police not because or war. I hope I can't the police. And you police in Numa. Na ya orienting here about already know moral no ni ho e wo fam and you know that's where you see situations where obe free telephone e wo obe ring ya obi infa like you're saying some go report to case answer my made na then I meet me because you know the orientation is
I have had an occasion where nipa me no court and about acquire something criminal or report to police so say we court into Munkodi court. You are there now no a criminal. You don't expect a civil court to deal with it because here court
is serious orientation.
Exactly.
That's very important.
I agree with you.
Capacity building.
To madam pare akwaba. Ani ni tinkwa. Ya munyam shentu onfa eno enya adwuma na mjidi se obeja ni atu hodachi.
Member who be other related matters, but me call a shark chamber na me na this one. What is a yabo a COK Dr. George Damparedi saying now fan.
Oh, that's a lawyer. Yencha Ashafo ne T4. Incoming persuasion sita kwa mai be poso. Yencha ma de share enyumre. Lawyer Edino eto hwamze as with a familiar name. You know, familiar name, familiar face. Normally say nipa no yemfa the ultimate slot no emaya and spotlights no enchada en na so sa so the moment be toss so no it's a different thing altogether say no obi mfa ne nim enkonkoje the face of the police no say we know about the face of the police or friend saying upon buonu eko ana santie pitu so eko and say no ye be free omo na say ya one buonu say by 1st August let's just say in terms of technically 31st of this month let's just say we need there now your face becomes the face of Ghana police. I think that's a very critical point. As I said, on no one kasa, he needs to. That's what tears here. No who can be fasua. Obe manage no. Obi eba beye police. If he say ne pensono when it comes to investigation, no me idea. Na idea yes we dey no idea. Alazan ekoye ayaja amasphobia. No one so you the visibility and you the kind of. So as you come, the first thing you need to reflect is image of the Ghana police. Me pencil saying and me pese I think it's very, very important. The reason is that over the years, if you look at the image of Ghana police internationally, it is so high. Say, we are saying for the United Nations, no so more Ghana approach for a Juma year, the teach on foreign missions. Super. In fact, Ghana, I think the second best in the world. But when you come home, how come the story becomes different in terms of say the young citizens, no? Your police on the which means that there is something in Ghana Prosifua environment and the man maybe woman beat me to otherwise coming to us say the same Ghanaian now a peace keeping mission and now say a United Nations assignment and as international assignment be now be na Ghana ni ba on here awards as you winning na on the baba one yenim omukọ amanone no omukọ international assignments then ebefia na yakoko different me feel say the biggest opportunity to change the face of the police in terms of said the young citizens na nkasa young woman mu no yesi hu approach for isifa so any kwan say yetimi nya fosi ono what bank kwan no a wabro ni tu atwe ne bo ni tu na no hwe baabi no mu so na no hwe baabi I mean yes we are IGP but untimi nko baabi but the level of discipline what is wrong ni said we see bomba ko a ebetimi across the country and I think that is what it's a Ghana for media me feels a measure no is yafa again wasaba emra police for any military for what I say joint action and now say marriage of convenience be a problem am I let us you know call a spade or what jurisdiction be now the way police for is your mojuma now you hardly see military anywhere within civilian zone or better military or back home military so you love to see a policeman or a policewoman or shen atade a channel shen in pabwa said you was here chiso we shen the belt a bonumu the simple gadget be a kind of home any panaka say well ba wow we civilian kwa hu na no try to proceed so I agree with Minia Kusi say yes it is true say see a share a candidate dia abawe by waye pa and of course you know successive government will be also betimi and so waye but see a should name be a SCCC nan saying crowd control no ne na agiensem me can number one a jura is because yenya ababa wa wono ye say enipa sumasi na hu say wo twe no de na kokoto ha o say menka na say kaka ho tono na oba once I walk hospital there oba wono abetimi aka ne story ana kaka film no say da bi sabe me the mama bofom saadi we die ana walk to police o kache ni kunu say na me hu no na me kunu jitu mu say ne ko they could make a statement ababa we could make a statement say police act expeditiously was sa complaint na ababa one e de command wo na ohini enka aban we any party ne and some of be by nyina enka ama so emma yatra ho there was no arrest na yasa kosi abrantie I was asking myself say enti woman to be a pick intelligence be our form and the class will be catcher as I said police CID or whatever civilian ought to have been part a command channel mukwakosi kakano picking oh yes picking a kind of in command one would year and sending the right messages to the right quarters. Now,
I don't want to cut you, but yeah. Maybe we will have to wait for the committee report so that we don't preempt that, so that we don't preempt. I was going to say, for reason and the environment, the atmosphere, and also no air polluted. Proud to say, na omo air kosie no listen and that boys no a charge you for not charging now. Now, I mean, like always say, be a police CID be from somewhere. obeba omo nim no de but other than that
I'm talking about picking intelligence, not wearing uniform. And non-uniform American. Non-uniform.
Not from the jurisdiction, but from somewhere. Okay.
But the point is that, look, there was what we call logic complaint. So who is saying? Necessary omo kwache. Me na feel say omo be you the omo adwuma omo ye. Omo the report beba. Omo be kire omo adwene, omo the recommendations beba. But I'm speaking to issue a public issue. What I say, enya dia SCA. Then again, secondary school, when the girls' school, then there's police and there is also military action. In fact,
was there an action?
You're contradictory statements. Me yonko neighborhood school. Some of the military even got to dormitory. Can you imagine that? For a second, why should that happen?
That's that one account.
That's one account.
Yes,
but then the other account also from police. Military. So they were on patrol and say they have to defend,
life and property.
Life and property, and that is why. But why to the dormitory? You see, as somebody, Messiah. Party known some of the things men per se bet me at their bina baby room.
Okay, so, but my whole point where you're coming from. Yes. But I mean, you. So if we are also not careful, next time patrol team will lay more baby. Then they get information, say, oh, there's this incident in this school, please rush to the place. They may be reluctant because this is a patrol team. Or more nearby. So if they get information, say, oh, Sadia way na air shas here, air bobo, air school, or no more bena quickly, no, or more air to go and preserve sanity. Now I don't be a problem.
I am of the reason I presented challenge to Yura Dampari.
Okay.
It is. Well, at what point? Unnecessary military a part of certain saying internal security.
Okay.
At what point? At what point? Let me feel say it's becoming too frequent. I don't know what your opinion is, but I think it's becoming too frequent.
Okay.
Even if you look at a draw, I didn't police into me handle, sir. Crowd or not. I'm just asking questions.
Okay.
So then say school and so there was a near incident also at our friend is saying St. Louis, the say police phone and a handle there. If there is something be a police entity training ya former wiens so no ye besa tokoso asan atete wo mo a ehun behia afei I mean papa you obey if an one adwuma ICT wako finance wako administration wako welfare wako enti me feel say we are well exposed operation everything police specialization ehun hia pa. I remember, say, Alfred police, Ewa Bruchere. Question 1, 2, 3. Nipa deploy Omabano. Woman, you expert in that matter and deploy. And he said, family domestic issues are. Ubahu police knew all right. But Oba, no team one seminar, no team with toa, would be a toa, would be a toa, would be a toa. Opan was a reference, my number, if there is any year. But say, many you could sing a young phone you fee and what tea you know, on your lawyer, on your judge. But what tea you know, some what make I say, we soon I penny, fifia. Don't come here, say. So, what's our reference? If you have anything, meanwhile, at the same time, no handle issue. So, say a route and say a demonstration and say yemfa prosini bia ne nkonko gina no ye wo mo a minim say as a nation ye bet me anya a how in terms of sikasem edie but I'm still of the view say sa service no specialization no e ya dia as I say wo mo hwe ni ye na ye deploy enipa no a wo mo ena ya titi wo mo wasa kwan no so no emo mo koko gina no na wo me I mean lawyer minim wo specialization na minim specialization but of course all professions we have them we have them so be a business lecturer but me accounting and finance me marketing me procurement and supply chain oh dey me and so service na nkasa no so no functions ni broad and name yeso mo ye na endorse so na me hono ne hia me more police recruitment any the nature of specialization a war police no mu me feel say ye hwe san hono yia
ebeboa
san we say na ye tanya no ye ntanya na enya na kesesa
okay
chemistry between military and police must always be good. Same as migration, fire service, the rest. And so military in typical civilian environment, and involved na baby also dom na bitie bi anso na ya koma aban no edin bi ya na enheda enye papa. On say military for no the ono oba. Ono no well me patch some bia so
of course
the training is different. Look na my brother ya building bi wo Abelimpe na ye wo gentleman bia ono so military guy a Frederick Herbert for and emo penny na betra onti ono na o security no oba ho o catch me plane say love Jack we be soldier ni hu civilian ni so we lazy who only no soldier ni nanga no hu civilian na wo said you was nantie said you was
of course
also you lazy so enti wo ani no elmudi no ne said you see e ma no e different kwa a completely different training no when I heard say nipa e bibia but the mentality said they not dream city and said you see any niema the level of alertness any sa niema no a completely different kwa and to me there my nyire ho na mira dampare awaba I mean look at the credentials it's so beautiful just every year so obe recount to them me feel say so gunpoint killing it's also a test. You see lawyer how say true maybe ya na edu okra na nyame situation bi a eye how mu na ye de akonya emawa etimi tane be ye blessing ma wo if say afei me buy na we na ho ni no papa buy ye de say ye hu we biem ye nti we biem enti afei mo so na ye challenge but at the same time no we ye na ababaye very very good record for him. I wish him all the best.
Okay.
Na nado dan kwa kufu ado both niema ye be kana nyumre special prosecutor any police. Mienu omo di kan ba. Either say no omo pension time aso na say aso. Em say obi kwa dem say 60 years no so na man no say 1 year bi kan ho na bi sa. But we say there 9 years clear. To 60 just say obetimi a several even 2 terms 4 years crash still na the pension age in den enso
okay
so na ebane sana ya na eye enya dia obedi post no de akọ pension no de obedi post a odi be training womu a ye be fa womu no de assistant police service no de agility I think say o say adwuma no say so yes adwuma no
okay maybe that's Alhaji Shark Chei Brobe and o hwe na nwumbre outie na nwumbre on the issue of the appointments of COP Dr. George Akufu Dampare as the acting Inspector General of Police, of course, after the October, no, the IGP for the Republic of Ghana. What lawyer William Kusi on this, and I think, sir, police for Masha maybe if you're born as people, as a nation, we will succeed. Me, I have always said, sir, I believe in foundation or changing the fundamentals or the structure of everything. May I believe in ICT. They say ICT and now say artificial intelligence are abano. As people say you fight a crime, yema eno ya been call more. I know say the former IGP Asante Pitu, it was one of the cardinal principles say you binya CCTV cameras across everywhere so that omubet me proper monitoring sitting in the comfort of a room. So I get excited Madam Kumasi say na me who the kind of nema you see vantage pointer. Somebody can sit somewhere in a room obet me a tracy who nema ekoso ewo krum. And I think say as people nema ya dwen enkoho na yema eno so emboa na no betimi aboa ma yetimi SCC crime no incident see Jamestown because of CCTV footages no omanya nkrofo na chiche omo am told say omo leader no campaign we dwan cover but they been arrest omo chiche nkrofo no bi katsi sa CCTV we ntini yemboa yen invest in the police, yen invest in our police na ye motivate you na wontimi nye adwuma ne senya na ishak ka wo ba bi se na minim se London na oka e ma no kra na omo dress in the fata omo kra oba kra na uhu na why excited why can't we do same for our police? Sometimes they so no moto montare mpabwa invest be protect omo kra one for music anto. I mean, why should we get to that situation? Let's help them to also help us and provide security for us. Dampare waba our credentials our paper and run up a movie catcher me our class. There's one person moko MPP manifesto launch our Koforidia. I think say one of Penfone in the car FR. He arrested him. Obecho. And then me monitor we know mo kase tema mo anopa nkrofo eba we no obedi line so enti so no hu se we ya fa hwan de onya de obetwa ma okra he will arrest you. It is no nonsense person but he's a human being. If you are boano na ya man we are no as a person then obetimi ai so that is that one with a Dr. COP Dr. George Akufu Dampare. Now, if you want to yeba another appointment, I know so acquire the office of the special prosecutor. But Namidu, and the idea ratio no disappointing. If you were not disappointed, I was disappointed because for me he didn't measure up to Sadiana GD pa na me wo ni mu he didn't measure up to that. Now, Ofri was to say, na ye Ghana for her say why any ye dey no buy amobubo din ya da but Korea say na brantewa ready for the 3 years private legal practitioner 18 years at the bar and ya pound no o share the structure fia brante as na sa Martinemi do when the stature and then the pedigree and the background. Now senior obisi na na branti o hwe na nimi mobo ya obetimi aba be hwe na na ma be ko eti adwem ni kataze hwe se na ye hwehwe ya na badene uti onu ankasa ne nsem oyi ano ewo appointment committee ho ano mo vete no nsem a okaye ene enyia no de ba ya na o dead say ono de wa ready wa prepare ne ho se obetimi ayi juma no but sana me panel members e hu nana me sha se free ho la we dem kusi se kisi jabe ne dodo na Ghana for na omudi nim no apart from so a lecturer and say no ya nurse lawyer taga PI na oyo mo lawyer enti kisi jabe na ba ne ho na man for frefre that's it e din board dey am say eh masa na dey. But were you surprised now share the background is the over to me you want to send your expectations here.
That's one. As a matter of fact, your board, you know, many lawyer who was more elderly.
Okay.
Because I thought the office in India, they will be looking at a very senior lawyer, not as young as Kisia Jabin.
Okay.
And I knew him before campus in T.
Okay.
I was happy. Not because I thought that he could do the job from just seeing him, but because a young guy, I nominated a young guy, all potential, no bit my human. So I started looking at the qualities. To be sincere with you,
the banner of friend lawyer William Kusino or a TV program, we'll get back to you, please.
Sincere, I cannot speak to all the qualities me here special prosecutor.
Okay.
And nipa bisan na sekakra. If he say he's somebody who is principled. In terms of experience, you can look at the CV and know say or vast experience, but even though it's 43 years. The kind of position I want hold, you know, I just say he can stand to the test. Now, special prosecutor office in India, your knowledge of the law, it is some kind of attitude be. Yeah, we hear. Our person, my way or my beer, as he rightly put it, you know, corruption is expensive. As I would go for now, say, your children are switching bar. Say, the better will be album. Our catastrophe. In fact, that is what we want. And he says, "There was a anuba. He trained so by Jumanu. He can do it, and I believe so. By be a amidu. Do ye no jaho no atwas na ni mistakes wa shene kina obeko na nim. Amidu, you are not the only person who is disappointed because me you are appointing one of the few who hate Ghana for choosing an exemplary citizen. You are by Jumanu. But after by na china ohwe ni sen kan ni ade ade ubisamu a ohwe sen kan na ubisamu na chese aya akoye bibi oho so na tie no because as I've said with the police, you know, ubia ya mo wadwuma, it doesn't matter how you are not equipped, at least within the setting of what you have, you know. Also you be more be so akwa we there ke man be bran ko be pa. Instead of complaining, you know, in fact he decided to dwell in lamentation. So when we were talking about positive to not lamentation or lamenters, and that kind of attitude will not give you success. And the Ajabimbe Sosidia, one of the things he has to desist from doing is say, "Obey no say there be no complaining when that is not the attitude. The attitude is that how can I make sure say position the Ediamami when you also the Bombadia Majuma. And who yena se nipa ni so a people even cause akwari ya kupona enema be resolved. And you on taking note. No lamentation. No one cause a just as every Ghanaian institution would mean now say one time. And you can get the Bemano and I would just do the Juma. My Kisia Jabin to some extent was looking at the law, so he also technically was I will investigate and do. You see, I believe that Amidu baby onya problem pa. The fact that he thought that he should start afresh investigating all matters brought to him without recourse to any other investigations or report. That is, that was going to be very difficult. In fact, so that line, one year, you go for over a year and you do nothing. And if there are records of investigation, you can build upon them. and assess if the person ought to be prosecuted, given the facts as you have.
Yeah.
And the Ajabi should not make himself so maybe overstart will be afresh, like Amidu said. One to us from where, if Amidu did any investigation and he left off, now records for her, he can continue from there. And if he does that as quickly as possible, he will start working. And he will start prosecuting people, and Ghanaians will hail him. He's a young man, meaning himself Wabobra, at 43. Bravo, Bono, I'm sure it is satisfactory. Said that Uncle Pese, Uncle Penny, I mean, material gains. Or yes, happy, as you mean, is no, you lose. It is if you be selfless, now why content with what he has. I am sure, sir. Meaning, I'm not just kebu accounts one for any and you all Kotuska.
Does that scan? They say, Anna,
yes, and back to Yana. So, how they are over immediately. The first 6 months or even less on your being convicted.
A conviction.
Conviction. The course, if he's the courts are cooperating with him, it's not difficult at all.
No, but should I was say yeah, Jenny in a conviction.
Okay,
so
prosecution. Let me use the expression prosecution.
Okay.
He should have concluded prosecution.
Okay.
And I think that is better. But I believe that we will be happier if he convicts some of the political animals who go about doing wrong. Any national security, and so yet they are free. And I seriously speaking,
you be judging by because the act and can only prosecution and conviction, but say the recovery of assets,
yes,
tracing assets, and me one of my interests was that we can trace, and even in collaboration with international organizations, so this kind of we can still do tracing and recover.
yeah.
So an Obama will gain something from setting up the office than maybe just prosecuting people and putting them in prison.
But the prosecution should come first,
Okay.
not the tracing. You see, the problem we have had in this country is that there are some people, I said here,
Okay.
and this is what people are complaining about.
Okay.
And people are almost to be a credit to the president.
Okay.
Because people blame the president. There are issues. We campaign. You said a whole lot of things. Then you come to power. In fact, that would name me special person. I was so happy, and I saw Nanado as an exemplary leader. Seriously speaking.
You got disappointed.
Yes, because we were creating institutions, stronger institutions, not personalities. I bet you dealing with the system, which was positive. And this man, if he's independent-minded, will not be subject to any control. As Hamidu want us to know, say, president control now and not doing Yajuma. So yes, Master Koya, dear, no Koya Mahabroso, now for the old Baye case also. Yebisa say, Japan. Anytime he spoke about the president's interference and the fact that the president was a DND separate, who was Japan, I was wondering how much money did Ghana lose in the Japan? Can you quantify it? And why Japan? So I saw him to be doing politics.
Okay.
Otherwise, he shouldn't have been doing that. There are several issues that he had on his table. Then suddenly he became so Japan conscious. It is good, say was the alarm. But he went beyond.
Okay.
Yes, and after the was a he was a total failure.
Okay.
He was given enough. If you look at what he was given, he should have tried his hand on something, at least one.
So your heart gladdens say your day.
I'm a younger person. Who is more reasonable to in my assessment? Who is more reasonable? Who be open to advice and suggestions?
So omo can say Martinami Dumpo and me anya. No,
sir. After further study of Martin Amidu, in fact, the nature of exhibiting,
okay,
he would create the impression, but he never does what is.
Okay,
he does it to conclusion.
Okay,
that is what our investigations have revealed.
Okay,
so it is Ajabe, I'm sure, as a young man, want to make a name, and the president has given him a huge opportunity to leave a name, and I'm sure he will not disappoint Ghanaians.
Bedasi lawyer William Kusi and I'm brain. Oshano or Punch Jumadi so Kessben television and Kessben radio. Me call Alaji Wana Minti Alaji.
Yeah, lawyer.
Mamune Ulu Kasano or Kasaba Samutio and I didn't free.
I will start again with.
That's what we do for
because okay, I'm on TV never.
I'll start again with the age. Na imagine so at the abasabodi the ama na nado danko akufuada or nominate no.
Is it the Attorney General?
On say Oshe Attorney General and Minister of Justice Nankasa Ira Godfrey Odame. Young. Waba beshe ye IGP waba young. At least younger comparatively. Nafi yashe Kisie Jabin 43 years. For me very young. In a challenging position. In fact, for me, a more challenging than even the Attorney General's work. Why am I saying that? Attorney General no trail be for a very long time. When I'm kind of decided.
Yeah.
Special Prosecutor's Office na new. And he said, because another astute lawyer and president of Ghana. Now, special prosecutor, no your opposition leader, only the party. Almost all mobile quality catastrophe prayer. Now, a dear back one will be used normally quality catastrophe prayers and say, almost the office be by a friend office of the special prosecutor. No, dear, on share woman you could if you say Attorney General and Minister of Justice, no. A man for Equayam say, oh, they are buying lawyer penny into your opposition, Nikrana, as some no dinner or can as somewhere, because a particular say witch hunting. And you create independent body. To say, ne tenwa, Sanyasa Martinami Didier, Yankofo, and Fan Quetria, a branch 43 years no, 50 years was 7 years straight. A special prosecutor. Say, a buying way to slow. Abon way free slow and you want in the echo. Meanwhile, Attorney General and Minister of Justice, no, somebody way free one,
yeah.
Okay. And for me, you know the mass special prosecutor's office, no, indeed, a special, no. If we say we not the mouse say a bit me a transcend or friend say political parties or more ever form of government. And that's the real test. So now again, so we are 43 and your pension age a officer over a dear Mickey one kasa a ding. It beat me free, even at the age of 50. Ubeshana, United Nations, legal wine, boni, more appointment, kakraka.
Yeah.
Now that's all. It's because of the woman. So, whatever court of justice, if I know, you're so near the court. I mean, sir, a bear or no one kasa, Nenijism, a bear, Ghana, a hua, say. Young man ababe yet said na wetimidi animunyam bisa aba na nimfie nso kra so na ewiase kra na fei wo mo pene se wo mra no meboa nti me feel say all kono eyade say all this idea we attunitrim. Look, I 110% agree with lawyer Kusi. Say prosecution idea so to landed back home within a year or two. It's a statement. And look, office be a lawyer, me woman office be say I look at the friend the low hanging fruits no. Me shall be a met media to be in tentem not all of a sudden. Obia is a no new person be hiding. Wapa no. they work on back with research. Over 60% of Ghana for it was Afrobarometer a survey. And see, one person who say so be a dream, obi a catastrophe prayer, any pakro, yachino, ya de natum, yesi council so yafayaje. Edi Ghana for the draw no, ya don't know what passion. One more person, oh, yesi can any panel yeah, man, one more crown a duck to a cry. Until Adentina, dear, don't know air panel. So be better so no was a crime way say no to me no to be making statement now 1 year overwhelming majority of Ghanaians are almost bedin a cheer. I think who's a Martin Amidi. He was more of a journalist than a lawyer and as a special prosecutor. Yeah, because when I try na what try the about public domain no na ye no hia no cha adwuma na yeso ye no oh yes ye no hia no cha adwuma na ye no na sabe impredian so ma even student bi kwa enke kasem bi e fa no ho the next day papa no me say say bo no coffee and adwuna won na the next day no dey ono so na response aba
the epistles.
I mean please ye no ye kasem be ya na and now say, yes, be kutia catastrophe prayer. Sure. A dear mammy din who ya kesia pa in the lead up to elections. And now would the Japa deal who was some eba ababato. Meanwhile, Anas expose efa or friend is saying, Galam say, you watch as busy no moon sense no. Not president that refer amount. Again, no, as I refer, you were getting boating public procurement, yes, so no, I refer amount. In fact, there were earlier issues. You need your president now, the refer man would direct. And Japan and your president anymore. And so all Russia and the Japan here buy. Now the former president Mohammed. Now the Japan deal who's a reporter bar, no up one paragraph be. Now say Airbus so there is an indication say government official one no former President John Mahama. Former President Mahama that time, and I agree with former President Mahama, and he was very blunt. Say he's been stupid and coward, and made me feel say what Mahama bought special prosecutor. You know you work he say Jabin. As I said, ultimately set itself apart of friends and you were Martin Amidu. Who said, "Oh no, dear, waba na oya strong." Look, I enjoy a quiet of Faswa or Kasa. Na me papa Kasa sa.
Okay.
Homo you woman some Marco Mienu. The choice of words said you some now all cano. Mean to me kind of tree, but the choice of words, you know, who say, when you're careful, when you're too slow, na asam so all kind of so on can asam or can I am from so na no from asam all kind of esisi so, and maybe show the vet and the crown what check quality be just indeed. Jumana idea obitimi. He answered a question on whether say we're surrogate of friends saying Attorney General and the
of course all the media and attention
exactly. Oh of course and Gabi you know and all that. Look, share questions on a bar. The Uber can be on a record at the whole. It is a record at the hall. Lintino, on tuna namo in such a way, say, sir, answers now or dear bano. On koye bibi, emo bin kunya evidence, be said, be in a relationship with Nipa bin sunti. And Emma, what two and a more be, what two. So, now, I don't know, we are not discussing the Japan deal. But briefly, Yewra Martin Amidu a Japan samna obeka ye no. Martin Amidu was not only a journalist, he was more a politician than a lawyer and a special prosecutor.
So share asama ajaben na okawo una na okase oko yedo ko institution bia.
Yeah.
You try and pick something abema what me impress.
Exactly.
Yes, you can never get a second chance for first impression.
Exactly.
Be a cartoon. But over the focus, he's going to, the first thing that he's going to do is to institute what he called pressure for progress. Ebeba or no systematic review of all public sector institutions and the development of integrity plans.
Okay.
That is why he says pressure for progress. So reviewing institutional, where to make it to develop some kind of integrity into these institutions. Now,
yeah.
The first thing that he thinks like build the structure, and then you build upon it.
Well,
now,
it is even as still as priorities.
Okay.
So let me show you. You can pick one from there. Then you also share real corruption cases.
Okay.
And so pick real corruption cases.
Okay.
If we walk around with me in about a year or two, and so no, won't me a case within a year or two. But what was a high profile,
okay,
a catching the nation's attention. Obia a dietry. Obia was a David the way I all see a Cassasem we say the a brandy our bay David a brandy moving in a year. If it's a 1 year now, Sako a brandy we and Yadia or the Bechosa. So, but I was talking about this a Japan deal.
You're going back to
no, I want to end there because even if Potokasam conditional tense say even Kisia Jabina will mean a Japan deal no wasam be cram poor and son a better one tia Lenti Nanka Eden. You see, I am ya say a be etimia fan say Japan deal no a ya dear beer. Ne eye kita sane po ye dwuma bia kufa do no be pel mercy career and all, and that impression is so bad. No. Oh, then I say, she obi e my Ghana, so, obi e broni o asase ye Ghana asase ye mining offense and concession. Sa concession no audit London Stock Exchange trade and making more money. Meanwhile, geographical area, way. Hey, you didn't minus no be a program. So now, now to go more. Almost even you should go to crown away. You move as a 5% depending on my new. Yeah, bringing Chicago.
Yeah.
So, 2010, Professor Mills, a person almost tempted something like that. I feel now we saw be architecture at any year. Yes, there were a nipabia na omu free president abusuamu na so omu ne relate. But so what? Hwe adia yewa amiduye no opese ono ankasa yonko brebo na nado danko akufu ado a wanye ne bone no ma ne posts kese sa ne president awodie na ebo no hwe ye wie elections ya President of PIAC, Public Interest and Accountability Committee, Dr. Steve Mantia, was a Japan deal is one of the most innovative deals about my And you represent Japan said, oh, you're even associated with it. Even if you say, and there was nothing wrong.
But he has denied any association.
No, I agree.
I can't
look but even if Seven can one, and so what?
Okay.
I have called for on several occasions. Let us bring back a Japan back onto the table. for discussion. No
Okay.
moment here saying no.
Moment here saying, maybe.
Yeah, the more money ska.
But as the president has said, maybe it would be repackaged and sent to Parliament for. Let's see how it goes. But make our messages, Kakra. Now I'm back to the studio. Yawan from Krofa Ahimfie says, kudos to the president for always looking out for the best to appoint into key and sensitive positions. All the best, Dr. Dampare. Please ignore all the side tracking comments and deliver as a professional, and posterity will judge and reward you. May the Lord continue to guide and lead you in this challenging position. Regards to Chairman Waka. Now this one says Billy Bones from Afonkwanta says, best of host evening program, fantastic show. I'm grateful to Mr. President for appointing a new IGP. Regards to my daughter Anita Osei Bonsu and my lovely wife Rita Bones. Okay, well, your wife will be smiling this evening. Teacher Kujo from Tepa Ejina Susu says, kudos to the president for always looking out for the best to appoint into key and sensitive position. Or the best, Dr. Dampare. How can Teacher Kujo and send the same message? No. Different people, but the wording is the same. So who copied who? Okay, so Teacher Kujo says greetings to another chairman, Odenoko Kwapia and Professor Christopher Afmiya Wekumfi. I know where these things are drifting. Rabino Asaman says the lawyer since COP George Dampare's name was mentioned. I have listened to communicators from both the MPP and the NDC, and all are saying positive things about him. As a signal that people are confident that he is the right person for the IGP at this time, who can stabilize the security of this country in the midst of insecurity as we find ourselves. May Jehovah help him to deliver well. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer. The problem of police and soldiers will continue to reoccur until the right people are recruited into the security services. The high-rank people in the country have taken the recruitment process. There's no specialization and treatment in the security services. Something must be done about this. Evans from Techima sends this one. Well, he has a strong points in there. Good work, lawyer. Please ask the MPP minister and the MPs why, as they allow NPP, why are they allowing NDC MPs to set agenda for Ghanaians? The lawyer, please tell the MPP minister and MPs, if we allow NDC MPs to set agenda for Ghana, okay, we're going to relegation. Could you smile? I can tamper off since as this message. This one says Mustafa Lower Manya Krobo says there are lots of miracles happening under this Nana Akufo-Addo and the MPP government. Seized excavators, got wings and fled from Ghana. Then came donkeys being sent to carry fertilizers to other countries, and the health minister signing contract without thinking. I pray these people shouldn't sell Ghana one day without thinking. By regards to Honorable Davido and Honorable Joshua Akamba, Mustafa Lower Manya Krobo sends us this message. Now this one says, hey Salah say from God. So I am pleading with the MPP party members to support any person appointed as MMDCE to the various MMDAs, because His Excellency Nana knows what is better for the party in order to win power again in 2024, especially in Asunafo North. Well, the right persons must be appointed, though, because if the right persons are not appointed, you can obviously expect that people will raise serious issues. And Nanado, I don't know, honestly, people are trying this we create a part there and the name was say it's me babo nti a che do nana a che a che na Thursday o and Thursday OPK from God so no more cabinet meeting let's hope say by China that list will be out. OPK from God so says congratulations to COP Dampari on his new appointment as the IGP, and as principled man he will deliver, so all other security services should support him to maintain law and order in the country. Regards to Dr. Baobia, Dr. Gideon Boako, Honorable James Sakosa, Hope in Pope, incoming MPP, National Youth Organizer, Mr. Owusu Sechere, who is your MPP chairman for Ahafo. The Honorable Justina Awo Banahine, who is the Bono Regional Minister, Nanabi Abronye, Nanaya Donko. Hey, your greetings. Good evening to you, a lawyer. After I've listened to the vetting, and I came to the conclusion that lawyer Kisia Jaben is the best man for the job. Indeed, Kisia Jaben, as special prosecutor, Dr. Akufu Dampare as the IGP, and Godfrey Dame as the Attorney General will make the system work if they work together. Mad Lion Ahafo Hidiem sends us this message. Sule Sunyani KTK Koto Krum says, I will urge both political actors and Ghanaians to put the interests of the nation at heart instead of towing the lines of their political affiliations. Let us drive to towards promoting national interests over partisan interests, or partisan to uphold public policy, accountability into encouraging citizens in all our engagement. God bless our homeland Ghana. God bless His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo. The battle is still the Lord's. Okay, so let me see. Good evening to you, lawyer. Please, Dr. Dampari has the credential, but there's one thing having the credential and another thing putting them into practice. Let's pray that he gathers the courage to work without favoritism. Thank you. That was what lawyer was talking about, and my Ebu Alaji was also referring to. Now, this thesis, Sampani, okay, Rabonai, Asamankase, what's happening there? And also pow. Okay, so I've read the first one. Let's leave the others for. I'll come later to it. Let me read some of the messages as well, and then come back to the studio. This one says, lawyer, I wish Bisakisi Eja been well in all his endeavors, and it should not be partisan. Kinsley and Chibuasiako from Manso sends us this message. Now this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. Please tell the NDC and the MPP they should stop lying to Ghanaians about corruption and leave us to think. Okay. This one also says, good evening to you, lawyer, and your panelists. Very big bravo to the newly vetted Office of the Special Prosecutor nominee Kisia Jaben. Again, tell the MPP man in your studios that we in the Ashanti region are massing up to vote against them in 2024 because they have failed us big time. Railway line, no show. Buankra port, no show. Our interjudges, no show. Time will tell. What if these things are done before the elections? That's my question also to you. Hey, Salasi, I read your message somewhere. This one says, Kenneth, Dediako says, teachers' quarters. Let's all support our incoming special prosecutor. Let's forget about his age, because age, seriously thinking about how to get huge money to take home. Okay, when they retire. But they are not thinking about Ghana. With support and encouragement, he can perform extremely well. Greetings to all teachers in Ghana. Yes, that greetings extends to me because I'm also a professional teacher. So we the teachers, we thank you very much for your message. He made a point that young ones will perform because the old ones, when they're about to retire, they need money to retire. So when they come, they are tempted to be corrupt. Well, if the young person decides to be corrupt, you run away. Let's hope and pray that he will deliver. Lord, thank you. I'm saying Amaz from Jache Bosomche. Bisakisi Ajabing, the new special prosecutor, must work hard to deal with people who deliberately steal from the public purse. They must face trials and jail them without fear or favor. Greetings to my lovely wife, Margaret Sewa. Good evening to you, lawyer. We all need to support and help the new IGP with credible information to enable him perform. Condes Bedu from Sevi Asafo Sensors. This message, well, that's true. We all need to help him. Good evening to you, lawyer. The acting IG can work very well if the greedy politicians will allow him to work as a professional police person, IGP, and provide the necessary logistics. Okay, from Ashtown, Kumasi, no name attached to this one. Now, this one says, good evening to you, my mentor, and good evening to the listeners. The new IGP must work hard to improve the Security Act in Ghana. Welcome once again, the new IGP, Honorable George Joseph Sumani, Assemblyman for Konya Brehoma Asamai. Okay, lovely name for your electoral area. Teacher Kujo Tepajina Susu says, okay, I've read your message at the WhatsApp session. This one says, thank you, lawyer, and I thank you too. I expect a new IG to work independently and transform the police institution in Ghana. Herbert Ajini Mbuaten Kumawu Presby Mission sends us this message. And okay, let's come back to the studio and then continue with the discussion. Now we've dealt with this. Anything you want to add to Kisi Ajaben's issue? Other than that, we move straight away to Parliament and deal with the other issues that came out in Parliament this week. Okay, so moving straight away to Parliament, then we are going to straight away deal with Honorable Minister for Health and semi-AP Parliament and then in Yanra or the by fa a kwaya or faso na oko contractee se ye ko supply Sputnik V vaccines for Ghana in the midst of COVID-19. Lord, I mean him say what ye and sama okaya a public accounts committee and in summer if you hoba, what do you say?
Matitibi. Now, it is rather unfortunate. Once I'm in the position on COVID, a little bit controversial.
I know, but exactly. keep it for this evening.
Exactly, and
not even the new strain now, but you still stand by your own position.
Yes, I do. Now, what I'm saying is that he seemed to say he was in a haste because Ghanaians were dying and he wanted to save Ghanaians, and that cannot be true. What they are saying, create unnecessary panic and spend the state's money when they need be not. And one of the more issue. Say COVID ko relax is and relax we COVID-1. Ko betu no bo plan ko but we are to do. We are parliamentary approval. He is an astute politician. And I will not want to believe so nimse international transaction was the parliament. And as the ministry no one will be nimsa for a fact. So be indeed to him it was such a panic situation say and he was also Trump parliament and come one feel. Give me at any cost. Now or take a decision if you na fall out na my now his claim is that back on cry time as one say but just say the reason all profile cry papa because he was claiming say and no would have come very early than the normal 1 hour done. Not just say the explanation just said Echiwo who said Enukura was not going to work as quick as he thought. And in summary, he has admitted that he acted hastily without good cause. And he has said, now this is we are establishing high standards in our governance. And in the Juma DOD, it should cost him his office. Sir, indiscretion, it is enough to cost him his office. So you will be able to do minister, very careful in exercising that kind of discretion. If he spoke to somebody in the high office, and then he probably told for money, and don't mean the bedroom because we in a casa.
How about disclosure? Say I relied on the executive instrument 61, which was passed by Parliament to hide behind the emergency clauses that had been invoked to try to see that if I could do that to procure the vaccines, and later inform Parliament that this is what I had done and I needed regularization. That is
afterthought.
So hiding afterthought.
Afterthought.
Okay.
He needed to get an explanation. I think that the smart one that he got was that I had the impression, sir, emergency powers, will cover. And to make a call. Now, didn't he have friends in Parliament? I only be any commercial telling university, you have more friends on say, friends, and the various advices from both sides would have helped him. And it takes a day to do that.
He said he was in a situation, I was seriously in a situation that could not make me think properly.
That is what I said, that was artificial. There was no such situation. If you look at the number of deaths in Ghana, there couldn't have been that situation. That's what I'm saying. When Americans are dying, you put yourself in America and say, I'm in a situation. Which situation is he talking about? How many Ghanaians die?
Hey.
Accident, malaria, say COVID. And the worst situation was he talking about? Malaria situation is accident. Now answer COVID. Uncle rest statistics. And as a minister, I believe he knows. And if there was no such situation, and Americans say, no thing also just one switch here. And I will not be surprised if people conclude that he was motivated by the +9 to enter into that agreement so that at the end of the day, Arab India, difficult question, but come back to okay, 9 over 2 be mommy. What does it? And the media, his excuse is no excuse at all. The Americans say we are all trying to build a system where there will be discipline in governance. The conduct way there, or trauma president in the answer was from on one person by Nini, my Bob, my depots will be now where the Ankoye, and the honorable because of the mistake I did. Which did not cost Ghana anything, but in a way, the exercise of my discretion was not properly done. My aid will be met to us. The Bible is Mama. Not now, what the any president, the president, Papa Nadela, it could have cost you your power. Because you see, I heard it on international media, not Ghana. Say in an African country, when the thing is sold for 10 cedis, $10, they have money to transact business with middlemen, and the money has increased from 10 to 19. A poor country that is struggling to face the business road has had $9 more extra to throw away, and that alone is enough indication. Say Papa no, osi from a international committee bebo and some say my idea say Papa no yes I mama see from sani amambu, and you cast why boni mu wati.
Okay.
So don't see from.
And the chopper now pass away from your franchise and all things. I want you to say
no. We dey na chopper no energy a part on. Because the trade resignation letter and Kabwa.
But we call Alaji Shakshi Brubi. I mean, you have been sure this issue. Alaji meaning so follow issue now. Now, when you have been sure on this.
And the craning your enemy. And that is why Enyumre Yaka Yura Dampare Asam Yaka go for the Sam or Dami briefly. Yadi Kiseja being Abba. Bia Wachna and Nana de Chain. MMDCs and so list Babeba. Health Minister as professional accountant na ohwe accountants na nkasa su no mo ban in terms of professional attitude in America. Man who say wa apply no kese e wa ha. Ohene 2024 no a bit me easy on my MPP power. Na appointees no huge responsibility to tell the whole nation say yemre and that we are absolutely ready to carry on. And a time biano a emergency situations say and a test with leadership. And when things are normal, or he so be a bit me active. But in an emergency situation where you are working with pressure and how I bet me and navigate, bet me and manage the situation, no, a key. Look, this is an international transaction. On your Attorney General and Minister of Justice advice, Anna. And then say, Nadia, mi ankasa mi yonko, abwajije dune ono ankasa ni yonko ni Yerua Ajimamenu. Because we've gone through similar situations. Dumso was also an emergency situation. And we saw how recklessly NDC procure power plant just like that. Over 40 power purchasing agreements. Power purchasing agreements are one more the two wa. Ohene ayen ho kwakuwa na nse atwene ubomu a uniewu wa mumu a osiewu. Amedi Trezia na MDC, the former deputy Attorney General and Minister of Justice, on the Crown law firm, and na one more office address, and then a year, sir, or friend is saying, for his address. What was that? Lawyers power and a true agreement, you know. What was that? When your lawyers power natural watertight. I Kokwana actually, Kokwana actually, Ubomu when you want Mumu out you. O cancel judgment debt never perfu. One cancels so minor a car and you super fool. Yanity, you won't be paying. And then the professional background, you know. You see, so same way, Senya one contra parliamentary committee name. No one kasa ye no
confession.
Maybe by lawyer, and can go this way. At all. So say, why allow Amobia to be impute certain meanings into things? Okay. And not if you said any than necessary. Even if say an emergency, President knows it's emergency. Attorney General and Minister of Justice knows it's emergency. Minister of Health, you also know it's emergency. Trade and Industry knows that it's emergency. The Russian government knows it's emergency. And we have diplomatic relations with them. And so I'm up for a question, even the role of the middleman in the whole equation.
Yeah.
And to the extent that middleman Bemu and Sani are informing the Russian authorities. I mean, anybody boy, I didn't think me perhaps even simultaneously. If really middleman involvement, you know, is critical. So let me say, emergency across the globe, every government knows that. So, empty. It looks like, sir. And what did he say? Situation was such that it did not make him think properly. Really? Why is my big brother, giving himself up in terms of the responses to things, like this? So. And the ways is and yet what friend is saying extempo. When you yashada I'm what prepare and a woba.
Yeah.
And the professional background, accountants tend to be very, very prudent.
Yeah.
Very, very, very prudent. Kojo Banredu. With Kojo Banredu in this situation, he will get the best deal for you at the best price. Ubasabo Nzamama no. So, and when you yako emergency to look, John Mahama no power purchasing agreement. I mean, no international transactions say and nominate Sani indeed. Yana amami fi many years.
Okay, so say I'm trying.
Media, if you say the response of Solomon and given up, I would have come here defending him.
Okay,
because me him say, oh, got dear factory price $10. Na emedru point I di woni pa na unya $10. What you say? But senior responses we say now the buyer, I can put in my defense.
Okay. But I don't know how giving itself.
But the way responses we are the buyer is, you know, and my affair response be the baby and cry no. I say, one man you weak.
Okay.
So and
yes, I'm
a week.
Okay. So yes, that's what I say. Let me read. Good evening to you, lawyer. I want special prosecutor to use Mr. Ajimamano as a case study. He has led Akufo-Addo and the MPP government down. You are watching from Kumasi sends us this message. This one says, good evening to you, lawyer and Prince from Koforidua. We should all admit that the Minister of Health goofed and failed in the quest for the vaccine. In a more serious scandal, he would have resigned honorably or be sacked. But because of politics, he is still at post. Ghana is bleeding. Okay. People are not taking kindly to this crap. This one says, the lawyer, the most sensitive sector after the security service is the special prosecutor, and is the heartbeat of most Ghanaians. Let's support Kisia Jabing so that he can put up his best to help the country. A Siama from Jankoba in the Achuma Nwabiaja censored this one. I love this town's name, Jankoba. Very lovely name. Good evening to you, lawyer. Listen to the vetting of the special prosecutor, and I was impressed with his confidence and his response to the questions. I hope there will not be conflict of interest in his words. Nana Kwajo Ba from Asokori Mampong sends us this message. And this one says, good evening to you, lawyer. We're enjoying your program at Uti region. Okay, Ketekrache District Police Station as patrol night duty. Lawyer, I thank you. Okay, thank you to Kwajowa. He's my nephew, and I'm sure he's doing a great job there. He says happy birthday to myself. Well, happy birthday to you, Kwajowa. I didn't know today is your birthday. Okay, so tomorrow expect my birthday wish properly. And greetings to all the people, the police people at Ketekrache who are watching us this evening on Punch. OPK, I read your message. Okay, I'm sure this one is another one. OPK's NDC are going around with their usual lies and propaganda with fake news and fake videos on social media, as they did in 2008 because of power they want. So Ghanaians should open their eyes to always debunk these lies and propaganda. Okay, you've not said exactly what they are circulating. Let me try to quickly read some few of the messages, and we have how many minutes to go. Good evening to you, lawyer. I want special prosecutor to use Mr. Ajimamano as a case study. As case study, he has led Akufo-Addo and the MPP government down. Okay, case study. Same first case for him. Okay, let's see how it goes. Okay, so we'll have a few minutes to go. We'll have just 4 minutes. So I think one minute, 1 minute, 1.5 minutes, and then we'll end this. Could see your last words this evening.
Mefisa Ghana is working again after COVID.
Okay.
When we see such appointments, we are happy. Meaning that the president, even though he has been slow, eventually appointments are taken in. We are waiting for the MMCs and the chief executives. Namrana yanko adwuma.
Okay.
Na yam fa governance baby o since na me woni da so say aba we yire no ho a bedu say 4 years in bedu na Ghana asesa.
Okay. Maybe that's because Ishak Chamber be same thing.
Yeah, lawyer. This week, nam you know etwa me tie ye record upon kroma. Say na what you enko na wie no na do danko akufuado e the MMDCs na list no aba bonten. Okano ebanada enra ukro. Ene yawo. Enti yenim say so was the end of the week there anyo wachina ebe memory da. Yen can across the country say list iba bontia yesre grassroots nti true idea may expect to say local government minister and the president atone boase adwene ho koyie pa na omde ade ne to ba bi eto yemomodian ne ma efom no enyo na yen koyanim me si fom no ma me mfanchia ema Yvonne ne hokafo and the baby Yankopon de no ache na menchia Maxwell so enumre.
Okay, me so me da say me da pay for me no asipa eye ye nyina hwe nim say weekends we there ye benya the lists of MMDCs because odam bebia enwa no bia can say president ache any CEOs any governing boss president obia se ache edim senka brewa kwa edware na omaya na OCC no but this is your second term, this is not your first term. First term no enema ko wano and we are 7th month into your administration. Mr. President, the lists. Mr. President, the lists. Mr. President, the list. Ya bada mu nyina se mo ne yen atra ebesi sabre Nyankopon nya aduma na o chese na ye besan be transnia somo e o punch dwumade eso beda me pa inform enu ya se Alaji Ishak Chei Brobe medana sepa eye is always been here to champion the cause of Ghana and his political party. Lawyer William Kusi is always ready to share his thoughts and support the advancement of Ghana. Or Kana Adrian say Ebebuana Ghana and so Adiye. Together, I think so we can build a better Ghana, not only for us but for the unborn generation. Others with me for Ghana. What can we do for Ghana? On that note, Makramo, bye bye.